an experiment to find out the relationship between the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection for a ray with a reflector. So you can move the ray box around like that, and we can measure angle of incidence and angle of reflection. When measuring angles of incidence and reflection, this is the angle of incidence measured from the normal line, 0. This is the angle of reflection, again measured from the normal line. The ray is directed right in towards the center of the protractor. As you are viewing this recording of the experiment, you can press pause on your video player when you are ready to take readings. So it's suggested that you take readings every 5 or 10 degrees. This is measuring the angle of incidence and angle of refraction for a perspex semicircular block. So the angle of incidence here is varied by moving the ray box. The angle of refraction is this angle here, measured from the normal. And we're always aiming the ray in towards the center of the semicircular block, so when the light ray leaves the glass block, it's at 0 degrees of angle of incidence and it's got no change in direction as it leaves the glass block. For refraction, this is the angle of incidence, again measured from 0 on the normal line. This is the angle of refraction, again measured from 0, going that way from the normal line. And any reflected ray is in this direction, again measured from the normal, going out to the reflected line. This is an experiment to see how the angle of incidence, where a ray is refracted going from the perspex of the block out into air, changes direction. So we're measuring two angles, the angle of incidence, which is actually in the perspex block, and the angle of refraction, which is where it goes out into the air. What you might notice is as the experiment goes on, there's also an internally reflected ray, and after a while you'll notice that that reflected ray becomes much brighter because the ray is totally internally reflected. This is the angle of refraction, again measured from the normal. Any internally reflected ray, again, is measured from the normal, 0 degrees, going out towards the angle here.